Rooster.
You know, I have always loved photography. Because they say that... Cam snap on the average guy.
All right, we're going to try to record this one last time. So what we just unboxed was this right here. The Cam Snap digital camera. No 5.0, no 2.0 things like the Canon GSX or the Nikon P7800. Nothing. There's no confusion. It is what you get. And yes, this is the second version. This is the second version of this camera. But it's because of the back. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Now, this camera came out in 2023, like last year, with an MSRP of $65. That's right, 65 buckaroos, and it can be yours. This little baby can be yours. And you on the used market, you might get it for 45 to 50 bucks, but it's still pretty damn new. And let's face it, it's a novelty. So it's probably not going to change much. You know, it's going to be that camera that you have to go look for. Now, the megapixels that it takes, the pictures that it takes a whopping 8 megapixels. That's it, 11 megapixels. But you'll understand why once you see the pictures. Because it's what I consider a throwback novelty camera. Because if you guys remember, back in the day, this is what cameras were. If you remember the old 35 millimeters like this one right here, you know, the kinds we got at Kmart, this is what it's harkening back to. And if you are somebody that wants that novelty in your life, or if somebody wants to just go back in time, this is the camera that you get. This is the beautiful thing that you want to look at and be like, I remember those days. This is the camera that I want. I mean, let's take a look around it real quick. You've got your shutter button. You've got your lens and your flash. And oh, that's your flash. I'm like, over here, your flash. You got your, you know, your little buttons, and you got your counter, and, you know, the flash on, off, and auto. And that's it. That's it. That's all you get with this camera. You don't have the dials and stuff on that. But you also know what you do get with this? No worries. You get the moment. That's right, because this is one thing I like about this camera. It keeps you in the moment. See, with your cell phone, you're going to take your picture, you know, like you do. You take your picture, and then you're going to like, I kind of not sure about, let's do this again. So by the time that happens, you're kind of like, the vibe might be gone. And if somebody does it 2 or 3 times, that like somebody talking to you, they might lose the momentum. I mean, you lose the moment. And then if you get the big ones, like the GX5 here of the Canon, what the hell oh, I took the battery up. Oh yeah. Like this right here, like the GX5, you lose, I mean, you can just put it on auto and go, but sometimes it takes sometimes to focus and go with it, and you might want to hit the programming. I don't know. You kind of could possibly lose the moment. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is a great camera. I got a review of this coming up. Like I said, it's a great camera. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes you just want simple. And that's another thing. This thing does not have a screen. It is missing the screen. And that's the beauty, because what you take is what you get. I mean, right now, let's say, that's it. There's nothing more. So if somebody's in a blur and so on and so forth, you're catching that blur. If somebody's moving or laughing, you're catching that moment. You're catching the now. You're not going, all right, let's take this one. All right, let's try this filter. Let's try this thing out. It just, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like this camera. I can't wait to really get into it and dive into it, but it's just not this. It is not the simple takeaway of this camera. But there's not much more to say about this. So let's go out take some pictures and let you guys be the judge of what you think about this camera. So I'm gonna go to the pictures and come back and oh, and by the way, there's no video resolution. There's no video, so I'm gonna have to shoot a video in the background from some other camera, but not this one. This is not the camera that no. So let's get into it. Okay, so my boys and girls out there, my friends and family, my Romans and countrymen, what'd you guys think of this? Now, I know you're thinking that a 16 megapixel and the cell phones can give you better quality, and they can. There's no denying it, they can. But the quality of what you get, the memories that you're going to obtain, is what you're getting here. You're trying to catch that novelty of yesteryear. Now, is it going to be for the average camera person out there that wants the good cameras? No. But if you're someone who is a gadget head or a gig head or whatever the name for us people that like tech are, you're going to want this. If you are a collector of cameras, you're going to want this, if nothing else. And there are reviews online that will talk about, oh, it doesn't capture action, or it's doing this, or it's lacking that, or it has slow shutter speed. Those people forgot what it meant to have one of these cameras back in the day, because the shutters weren't that great. The flashes weren't always responsive. The pictures, sometimes you were lucky to get a good shot because you would be at a party just picking it up and just taking it and go. But for what you're getting for 65 bucks, it is great. And the wonderful thing about CamSnap, they don't have a lot of stuff for them, like accessories, but you can get filters for these things. So you can get a filter, like a black and white filter, and download it. You can get a vintage filter. I think I've got the sepia filter on this one. But you have to go on their website and download the filters. So anyways, that's been my little overview of this wonderful camera right here, the CamSnap. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And like I've always said, go get a camera and show the world how you see it. I'll see you next time.